Hello everybody, welcome back to a video. In today's video, I'm going to go over day 4 of the Memorial Sale 2016 on Roblox. So yeah, started. And the past 3 parts, I've been going over the first 3 days of the sale. Overall, it looks like a pretty successful sale from going looking at it, but this is the final day and their final chance to impress the community. And right off the bat, we can see that after they ended off with a new item on the 3rd day, they released a new limited as a first start right over here. And this is a part of the Party Queen series, which is a series of female hairs with some masks that represent animals. This one's pretty cool. It's definitely nice, and this series is generally rare. As you can see, has sold for 50,000 twice, so that's pretty crazy. And it's definitely one of the rarest items on the catalog currently, so if you're able to get it originally, you were able to definitely make a decent profit now. And especially after the 2 first big limiteds releasing the previous day, if you're able to get all 3, that's definitely one of the biggest profits you probably could have made at that time. And then right over there, they did make some items limited, as they typically do in the first few waves of the days. So over here with Bitter Chill Guardian of Ice, this is a pretty interesting item. I don't think many people know it exists, but it's a nice looking item. We can definitely see it looks pretty silly, and you can definitely make some nice outfits with this one. It was originally 180, sold a couple hundred times, but definitely has been able to do much better than the original price over time. So if you were able to get it originally, now you were able to make a nice profit off of it. Gigantic Horns, this is a pretty cool one too, 300 Robux, and it's sold around 1,000 times. And I'm noticing a trend with these items that they typically are on sale and they sell for around 1,000 times, and then they just make them limited. So this is a pretty cool choice. It's a nice looking helmet, and definitely one you can make a nice medieval outfit with. Right over here, Golden Face is one of the rarer ones, and one of the more popular ones out of this wave. It's a pretty creative item, and you can definitely get it for a lot more than it probably has sold for originally, and it sells for definitely decent amounts. And lastly over here, we have a gear. This is the Roblox Summer Glider. This is a pretty cool one, has the old Roblox logo on it. It's definitely done well over time, around 4,000 sales and almost 3,000 price, so definitely not too bad. And next up over here with the Mystical Staff of Silent Lightning Magic, and it isn't really exactly safe if this is a new item or an item going back on sale, but based on this went for sale, I assume it was an older item that they did bring back for just one day. Right over here, 4,000 Robux. It's a really gorgeous looking staff right over here. It's not unavailable anymore, but it's definitely one of the nice looking staffs, I would say. It's nice looking gear, and if you do wear it, I think it does emit a light. So yeah, as you can see when I'm holding it, I do have this kind of cyan light around this area, so that's pretty interesting. If you do have this one, you can definitely make some nice cyan outfits with this one. And then we did get just a random discount, the Galaxy Girl, pretty popular hairstyle right over here. We have definitely a lot of different variants of this. There's the free version, the Halloween one, so yeah, definitely a nice looking choice for this. And they also released another big limited. This one was definitely more of the demand side. It's a popular face in another color, the yellow glowing eyes. Sold for 20,000, original stock 150, and it has definitely sold for a lot more over time. 800,000 just recently, and it's selling for 800,000 right now, so definitely if you're able to get it, that was a pretty big profit. And they released a new package right over here and a new face. We did get Crimson Claw the Vengeful, and this is definitely one that many people do own. It's a pretty popular dragon package. It definitely looks pretty nice. 1,000 Robux is definitely the norm for a lot of these packages they released back in the day, so it's definitely not bad. And the new face right over here, definitely a very popular one as well, Unbelievable. I definitely see these on a lot of characters in a lot of games as well, so definitely one of the more iconic faces. And they did release a new hat, a new gear, and a new backpack right over here. The Miss Robot, the Pogo Stick, and the Guitar Backpack. These were also hinted out in their tweets. They have the guitar and the Miss Robot right over there. The Miss Robot is a cool another variant of the cardboard robot item they have that is very popular, one of the more popular Roblox items, and it's a nice female variant to add to that one. Pogo Stick is alright, it's a nice looking gear, 200 bucks. Nothing too much to say about this one. And the Guitar Backpack, this is one of the more popular ones, almost 50,000 favorites, so people do definitely enjoy it over time. And we did get another wave of new hats. We have Lady Liberty headphones, Candy Apple hair, and Knit Plunger beanie. And Lady Liberty headphones were the last item that were hinted at in Roblox's tweet a few days during this time right over here. And right over here you can see they are limited, so they have gone limited after this point. They are 500 Robux originally and sold less than 1,000 times, and I think they're a really nice take on kind of USA item, but they don't really incorporate the colors, and you can still make a nice looking outfit with this one. Candy Apple hair, nice retexture of the popular hairstyle in a nice red right over here. And the Knit Plunger beanie, like I was mentioning yesterday, the Plunger sword pack, it definitely had the tendency to make a lot of Plunger items on the catalog, so you can definitely match well with a lot of different things. Then right over here, we did get a return of classic item wave. We have the Siberian Vampire Tiger and the Violet Vampire Tiger, and these return quite commonly during sales. I've seen this return in 2017 Labor Day, which I think was the last time it returned for 500 Robux, and it returned for 500 Robux this sale. There is the orange one, the Outland one, which is limited right now, 40,000, so it's definitely pretty high. It's a nice looking item. It definitely has a very futuristic kind of look to it, which is pretty cool. And the Violet one is also pretty cool too. So if you're able to get either of these, they're pretty good purchases. The Violet one was a bit cheaper than the original though. Then right over here, we did get an item going limited. We do have the Golden Cloak of Heroic Adventures. This is definitely one that I think many people do enjoy. There are many variants of this kind of cloak. There's an Azurite variant I've seen. There's a red cliff one, so there's definitely many for different styles. This is pretty cool. Gold matches with a lot of different things, and this one is doing pretty well, almost 10,000 Robux, so it's definitely done well over time. Then right over here, they did bring on sale 2 different items, Terratronic Mouthguard and Steampunk Mask. This one we're trying for 100 Robux. It's a pretty forgotten item, I would say now. It has less than 1,000 favorites, and I think it's a pretty cool item, honestly, but I don't think that many people actually know it exists, so hopefully it goes limited sometime to maybe bring more acknowledgement to this item. And the Steampunk Mask too, also a pretty forgotten item. Seems like it was used as a gift card at one point, but they did bring it on sale for 50 Robux, so it's definitely pretty cheap. It probably has a couple hundred fails, but it's definitely not one that many people do know exists. Then right over here, another item they did bring back on sale, Disguised Ice Prince, and they did make the Scissors item limited. It's also alright. I think it's definitely another forgotten one, so definitely a pretty forgotten wave of returning items, but I think it was pretty good that they did bring back things that maybe people have not seen in a while, so they're like, oh wow, I remember this item, I really enjoy this item. I think it's a nice looking cloak. Unfortunately, it's not available anymore. And right over here, the Scissors went limited. This is also one that I think is pretty shocking now compared to how it was before. It's definitely pretty cheap before, it wasn't that expensive, but over time it has proven to be a very high demand item. As you can see the chart right over here, 6 months ago it was around 35,000. Now it has gone up to prices of 90,000, so definitely a nice looking item, and definitely one that if you bought originally is definitely a good investment now. Then right over here we did get another item going limited, Limiting Art Starry Night, and also another item that was off sale returning for a limited time. This item going limited also is one of the contests that they have had in the past. This is a pretty cool one. It has a famous painting in the back, and this is one of the rarest limiteds right now. As you can see, nobody's selling this, and it's definitely very, very rare, so original owners of this are probably very happy that they have a rare item. It probably, I think, has sold once at this price and never again, so if you do want to get this, you're probably gonna have to trade for it because I don't see it selling anytime soon. And the Pirate Chicken, another item that they did bring back on sale for a limited time. It's following the trend of random forgotten items going back on sale, so I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice looking classic item, and I think many people didn't actually know it existed, so definitely if you're able to get it, it's a nice looking item. And then right over here, they did have another wave of items going limited. They have the Wolf Red Wool and the Target Hat going limited. And this series is very popular. I think they did end up making all of these limited at one point, and these dark orange ones ended up going limited this sale. They look pretty nice, 76 owners originally, and sell for around 100,000 or a bit more than that recently, and they look nice. It's a nice clockwork alternative if you are interested in like color variants, and it's a nice item overall. And the Target Hat, a very classic item, 80,000 sales, so definitely not too many, but it's definitely not done the best over time. It's a nice looking classic, but if you want long-term investment, this is probably not the one to go to. And following that, they did bring back the Halloween Target for a limited time, which is another classic item. It's just the black and orange variant of the other one, so it's pretty fun. Return for 100 Robux, and this is a pretty crazy one because they brought it back for about 5 minutes, so they would definitely have the tendency in the past sales to bring things back for time you would be gone for a few seconds and it's already gone. A lot of time how a lot of the items went this time, and it ended up getting 27,000 sales, so definitely a lot more than the original. But over here we did get another kind of limited and classic wave, so they definitely were pumping out the limiteds and the classics this sale. They definitely wanted a lot of fan favorites to get the opportunity to shine in this sale. Over here, Flag went limited, obviously following the USA theme. Very classic looking item, and has around 440 sales, so definitely very rare. It's probably not gonna sell at the price it's currently at, but the average price is around 60,000. And Game Up a Device, a very classic item, has not gone limited yet, but maybe soon, who knows. And it's definitely a pretty cool item to have gone back on sale. Then it did end up going off sale with around 4,000 orders, so definitely not that much. And Steampunk Mask with around 1,000. And right over there, that did end off the day. This is the following day where we see all the things going off sale. This is basically the aftermath of the sale, seeing how many sales everything gets. And you can see things are definitely not that popular. Violent Vampire Tiger, only 500 sales. So a lot of these things actually did not end up getting too many sales, which makes them pretty rare today. And a lot of these were actually pretty great choices, and I think it's nice to see a lot of these go limited now. And a lot of them have already gone limited, which is pretty cool to see also. So that was the Memorial Day sale for 2016 on Roblox. It was a pretty great sale overall. The amount of things we saw return, go limited, new things happen, new discounts. I think it was probably a pretty crazy time at that point. And it's definitely pretty sad to see how sales have basically just vanished and how big of events they were back then for the community. It's great to see with the return of limiteds now that they are bringing back that hype that once existed on Roblox. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this series. I will continue it later on with more events and updates that Roblox did in the past. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.